Welcome, folks, one and all, to Let's Play a game developed by Westwood Studios and published by Virgin Interactive in 1995. Let's play Command & Conquer! Command & Conquer is a real-time strategy game made by the same people that made Lands of Lore, which is what originally drew me to buy Command & Conquer. And while Command & Conquer is a very traditional RTS, in the sense that you collect resources and the resources are used to build a base, and then the base builds an army, which you use to defeat an opponent's army and then their base, it's an RTS that certainly is one that I like. And that's saying something, because I don't really like many RTS games. I like Zed, and I played that at about the same time as this one, but Zed is a very atypical strategy game. And the less said about its sequel, Zed Steel Soldiers, the better. Command & Conquer was the first of a long series of strategy games that both had the main series of Command & Conquer and the spin-off series of Red Alert. And while I enjoyed this game and Tiberium Sun, I did not really like Red Alert, and I certainly didn't like Red Alert 2 that much at all. And I haven't played Command & Conquer 3 or 4, and while I've played Generals once, I've also played Renegade once. That was around a friend's house, and I don't miss the fact that I didn't play more of Renegade. Command & Conquer is a game where you have two separate campaigns, one for the Global Defense Initiative, or GDI. I was about to say Dinitiative, I've no idea what that word is, and the other is the Brotherhood of Nod, or NOD for short. And I have to say that I've never completed one of those campaigns. I'm not going to say which, but one of them I've never managed to complete. I got to a certain point, quite far in, and got stuck at a mission. And considering I didn't have access to the internet then, or a way to find a strategy guide, and nobody else I knew was playing the game, so couldn't give me hints, I gave up. And when I wanted to play the game later, I'd lost the CD. I mean, I still have Tiberium Sun, but for some reason the original Command & Conquer, I don't know where the CD's gone, it's just gone. So I couldn't carry it on, until recently. Until now. I'm going to rectify that previous mistake of not finishing the game by completing it now, in this Let's Play. Both campaigns are going to be completed, and I'm going to play one campaign and then the other. Because while you can have different save files that are going through the alternate campaigns, you can never turn code during a campaign. If you stick with GDI, you're with GDI all the way in that playthrough. And so without further ado, we'll be going into the new game shortly. One thing to note, I originally played the DOS version of the game, whereas this is the Command & Conquer Gold, which is the Windows 95 version, with a few minor UI things, mainly different images on the construction thing have changed. And I added a few patches on to get a few options that weren't otherwise available, like a resolution change and the like. So, let's go into the game. Here is where you select which side you're on. Are you on the Global Defense Initiative side, or the Brotherhood of Nod? There's only one that I could really start with, I think. Only one.
Brotherhood of Nod selected.
Let's go! Cutscene time.
So, you're the new addition to the Brotherhood. Well, I'm Seth. Just Seth. From God to Cain to Seth. I am his right hand, and I have a task for you. This is Nakumba, and he is causing the Brotherhood much grief. His views do not coincide with ours, and that makes him dangerous. Silence him.
And we're in the game!
Reinforcements have arrived.
No base to build, no money to spend, just 16 minigunners and 2 NOD buggies and one objective. Find a target, kill the target. If anything, the first NOD mission is a slightly smoother slope in terms of learning the game, because in this mission you have no base to build. All you have to manage is a small amount of soldiers, which you're going to manage by moving them from one location to another either individually or dragged in a box as a group. And so we're going to go and find this target and kill him, which in one mission pretty much encapsulates what the Brotherhood of Nod are like. The only opponents we'll be fighting here, apart from a few civilians, are GDI soldiers, mostly minigunners, but there will be one Humvee, which is the equivalent of the Nod buggy, except it's better. One thing you'll notice about a lot of the GDI units is that they're slightly more expensive, but substantially better. The GDI medium tank, for instance, is quite a bit better than the Nod light tank, even though the Nod light tank is very slightly cheaper, and I mean very slightly cheaper. The Fog of War here, once it's revealed, is permanently revealed. There is no re-shrouding in the Fog of War, and there are only so many units on this map. The game does have the same sort of thing as you do. It will harvest resources, it will build units. It's not so good at building additional things, it tends to just rebuild a base rather than build new bases. And also it sends units in waves against you, rather than just sending what I could, for instance. Because I could build 40 minigunners and then send them out. The AI tends not to do that. And as you can see, we've lost one buggy. The Humvee is coming up pretty soon on the bridge. The one Humvee. There you are. Sometimes out of vehicles will come, like there, a minigunner. And we accidentally shot a civilian. Not in this case accidentally, actually, because the Nod units will target them anyway. These buildings can be destroyed, there's really no reason to do so. And so we're going to send one minigunner over here to go and deal with this opponent. The objective of our mission. This target. There we go. There we go. Mission accomplished. And now the high score screen. 11 minutes, 100% efficiency. No credits. How many units did we kill? The answer is, we killed a lot. 22. No buildings, and a high score. As you can see, I've done a bit of testing. And from the score screen here, we go to the battle map. Here is the battlefield. There are the places we can capture. That's what Nod owns. And this is what GDI owns. And here's our mission. Sometimes you'll get multiple choices. In this instance, there is only one. And that's to go to Egypt. And with one click, we shall have another cutscene which will explain the next mission.
Back so soon? Let's see how you do with something important. For too many years, GDI forces have maintained a stranglehold on Egypt. It's fallen upon us to liberate these citizens crying out for a better way of life. Kane wants to establish a base here to eliminate the smothering presence of GDI. It's too risky to move our heavy forces in, so we want you to sneak in with a few expendable troops and set up a forward attack post. By the way, there's more than enough Tiberium for you to harvest. That should easily pay your expenses. If you are detected, you fail. If you fail, you die.
And now we actually have a base to build. Here is an MCV, a mobile construction vehicle. By making it fold out, we get the construction yard. And then we can build a power plant. We have a lot of money to start with, which we can use to build this Hand of Nod. And with the Hand of Nod, we can start manufacturing minigunner units and engineers. Right now we want a Tiberium refinery so that we can start harvesting Tiberium. As you can see, certain buildings will take a certain amount of time. The refinery doesn't take that long, and all we need to do now is build a few silos. With these two silos here, we pretty much have everything that we need for this base. We don't have access to anything like being able to build walls or turrets or anything like that. The first mission has a pretty smooth progression. This is why I actually prefer the intro to the Nod missions than the GDI, because you are given in the first mission the ability to build a base, but all you can build are the barracks, a power plant, and the MCV. You don't learn about the Tiberium harvesting. A few things to learn about the Harvester. The Harvester is a vehicle that is large enough to crush infantry units if they're run over by it. It doesn't have any guns, and is completely defenseless, and right now we have no way to build another one. We have no way to build any vehicles. So if we lose that harvester, the only thing we could do is build another Tiberium refinery. The Tiberium refinery is pretty expensive, it costs 2,000, so we're going to need to stockpile a fair amount of resources. It's not actually stated if that's money. I think it probably is, because the prices here are in dollars. So we're selling Tiberium. Who we're selling Tiberium to is another question. Also, the AI moves over there, and then went over there to die horribly. We don't have 30 soldiers yet, although we're pretty close to having 30 soldiers. In fact, we do have 30 soldiers. 30 soldiers should be more than sufficient to take out this Also, did you hear that scream? That was a infantry unit dying in the Tiberium. Spending too long in the Tiberium will in fact get you horribly, horribly killed. We're going to go and clear out all of the units, because we can't complete this kind of mission without eliminating all of the units. As an interesting point, I think it's safe to say, Seth, that we have been discovered now, and so in theory we should have failed and died. But the game is not going to make us forfeit here if we're detected. I get the feeling that Seth either doesn't like us much, or doesn't really think that much of us yet. The key word here is yet. I'm pretty sure that will change as time goes on. We might want to build a few minigunners to bolster the amount of units we have here. It can't hurt in the end, can it? About 5 should probably do the trick. You always want enough resources to build, say, another refinery, just in case something goes wrong. This is a very small map. It's not given us a communications radar, or else we'd be able to see how small it is. All we really need to do is find the GDI base that is pretty close, and eliminate it. We can actually get to the back of the GDI base this way. And we can get rid of the important facilities first, like the mobile construction vehicle here, the construction yard. And then we can destroy this Humvee and get rid of the Tiberium refinery. And then all of these soldiers. While we're at it, also getting rid of the silos here, so that they don't have any more money to build more troops. Bye-bye barracks, and bye-bye power plant. And now all of the other AI soldiers have no idea what to do. So they're probably going to go and just focus back on the base and try and get rid of us. It's not really going to go well for them though, because we pretty much can obliterate them. Now why have I not sent my buggies out? The buggies are absolutely fantastic at dealing with, actually it would seem like the Harvester is pretty intent on destroying us. But fortunately, we're pretty good at destroying the Harvester. There we go. There are still a few troops left. Not anymore, there aren't. Mission accomplished. I think it's pretty safe to say that GDI have noticed we're here, but maybe we destroyed their base as well. Ending credits 2,500, not bad. We lost a few units, but not half as many as GDI did. Oh no. As for buildings, they lost 6. Not bad at all. There we go. Mission accomplished. Time for mission 3. Hopefully we managed to gain a few territories from that. Let's have a look. Yep, we gained 2. Pretty good. What did they gain? 3. Well, it seems like they gained more than we did. But we're now going to move over into Sudan here. And with Sudan, we'll claim another territory. Let's go.
Kane is going to be pleased to hear how skillfully you've handled yourself. And a word from me to Kane goes a long way in the Brotherhood. These walls imprison many friends and members of the Brotherhood. Free them regardless of cost. Overwhelm the prison, but leave it standing.
Introduced then to a new unit, the Recon Bike. The Recon Bike is a very fast rocket-based vehicle, and we have 4 buggies here. The buggies are going to be very important. We don't want to get them into any particular danger, so we're going to put the Hand of Nod there. There we go. One refinery needs to be built very quickly. We also have access to rocket soldiers now. Rocket soldiers are very good at dealing with buildings and very good at dealing with buildings. They do have downsides. We currently cannot really. Oh wow, we've not done very well here with our building. So we're just going to move over there and put that there. There we go. And with that, we can build a communications tower. We also want these engineers to be very, very well protected. Those engineers are free. The ones that we will buy are not free. They cost 500. So we're going to be very careful. Also, I don't think we need to build another power plant for this mission. I think what we have here is good enough. Yep, I think so. But we are going to need some silos. So we'll build them. There we go. I don't think the enemy here have access to anything bigger than the... Oh, we have no money. That's okay, we'll sell that. Right now we're being attacked by grenadiers. And grenadiers are dangerous. Not only do they explode, but also they the grenades do a lot of damage to clumped up enemies. And our minigunners are very much clumped up.
Building.
2 silos should be more than sufficient to store what we're going to get here. Right now we want to get a lot of minigunners. This mission is going to be a little bit more difficult because we don't have access to something to deal with the grenadiers very quickly. Also, here comes a Humvee. That Humvee is going to be a bit annoying. We should actually start dealing with some of the units that we're up against here. If we send about 10 minigunners up, we can probably deal with that Humvee. The Humvee will not be coming back. And the more we deal with the Humvee, the better. Hello, Mr. Humvee! Where are you? You are up here, right next to a grenadier, which is not good. But it has eliminated the threat up here, which means we can start exploring up here a lot more freely. There's more Tiberium up here. That's good. The more Tiberium we find, the more money we'll get. Hello, Mr. Grenadier. How are you? You're throwing a grenade at me, and that's the danger of grenades. And that's the problem with them, is that they allow you to use a lot of soldiers very quickly. There we go. We'll just deal with these ones. Also, you really should not have ran over the Tiberium there. But I'm sure you guys will run over Tiberium some more and get yourselves horribly killed. I'm sure that'll be fine. We need to get a lot more troops though. At the moment, minigunners will do the trick. There appears to be some sort of stalemate going on here. Not anymore. 5 more minigunners should potentially be able to deal with eliminating all the enemies that are nearby. Actually, I think we should get a few. Oh, there's a grenadier. Hello. Certain vehicles are pretty good at dealing with the grenadiers. I think the buggies might not be so bad. Right now we sort of want to scatter these units out so that they're not all blown up by grenades. There we go. We're just going to go over here and find a few more enemies. Finding the enemies is quite important. The more enemies we find, the more likely... There's nothing happening there. Nope. It seemed like there's a dot there on the map that looks like a GDI unit. Oh, accidentally got a civilian there. Oh, grenadiers, watch out. That's what the grenadiers can do. They can just obliterate your minigunners. So we're going to have to build a few more. There we go. But we're slowly making progress. There's one who fortunately just pathed his way into destruction. And so when we come back, we're going to send another exploratory group here of minigunners to go and see if we can... Ooh, there's the harvester. Can we possibly get that? we need is these rocket bikes, the recon bikes, so we're pretty good at dealing with that harvester. Without the harvester, they're not going to do very well at all. There we go, we'll deal with the grenadier first. There we go. And now we'll just get rid of these buildings. Sometimes getting rid of these buildings does have a... oh, hello. Does have a perk in that it can deal with... sometimes you can get money from them. But right now we're just waiting for that harvester to return. The harvester returning will be a pretty good thing, because there it is. Right, start blowing it up. With the harvester gone, they are not going to have much money.
Oh,
there we go. Hang on, we'll just build some more units. And that's the end of that. Right. It was worth using the recon bikes for that, mainly because the recon bikes will have served their purpose. Ooh, we nearly lost that one though. But that was worth it, because no harvester means no money. And no money means they're going to run out of troops. And that's basically how you can starve the opponent there of their troops and their resources. Destroy their capability to get money, and they won't get any more money. And that there was a very, very straightforward fact that I just stated. If you destroy their capability to earn money, they'll go bankrupt. And this is why Nod... well, this is why Nod probably don't have me in charge. That's why Kane is in charge. But when we come back, folks, maybe one day I might be in charge. As you can see, the attacks have pretty much stopped, because they've run out of money. So, I'll catch you next time, folks. But when we come back, we're going to obliterate this GDI base. And I'll see you then, folks. Let's build one more silo.
Construction
Should help with
complete.
the money issues.
Low power.
And then we have no
Building.
power. But fortunately, we can always build power plants pretty quickly.
Construction complete.
And now we have power again. So I'll catch you next time, folks. And I'll see you then. Later.